I mean, there is a larger purpose to meditation in the Buddhist tradition, in that we're promised that when we come to really see clearly how the mind works, and that requires stabilizing and quieting the mind in order to do that, that we simply see how unproductive it is to do things that create suffering. And we see what those things are, so that we have a better ability to let go, to simply stop doing them because they're not helping us. It's really hard to just maintain the motivation to practice on your own all the time. I mean, some people, have a very strong, are very disciplined, right, and can do that. But there's something about the group support, and there's a different feel for sitting in a group and meditating together, even though everybody's being completely silent, than when you're doing it on your own. But I really started it because I wanted a group,
I had been looking for a meditation method or system probably almost all my life, ever since I was in college. I started out with TM, and then I got books and tried different methods through the books, and it really wasn't until about 1985 that Diane Rehm had Stephen Levine on her show talking about a gradual awakening. And I got that book. I recorded some of those meditations so that I could sit and listen to my voice as I would talk myself through it. Anne and I were starting to do it about at the same time, this practice, and immediately I felt that this was my practice, that I just knew that a yoga teacher needs to have a meditation practice as well. Yeah. And I just never could find the right way of doing it. I would have moments where I'd practiced and my yoga and I sat and it was very easy to sit. But this idea of sitting every day and dealing with whatever comes up and not expecting to have it be a perfect moment every time you sit down, Yeah. That kind of practice is very valuable, and it really wasn't until I started reading that book and working with that method, and then eventually coming to Anne's group. The Yoga Sutras are not about, these poses that we do in the West. It's really about sitting, and it's really about living your life a certain way. I try to bring in a lot of these, especially the attitude that you get in meditation. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that we'll go through in the classes is the practices of the heart. So it includes kindness and compassion and appreciative joy and equanimity. Mm-hmm. And for me, that has been a really big focus in this practice. If you're in yoga, one of the first yamas and niyamas of yoga is Ahimsa, which is non-violence, and it's kindness toward yourself in the pose and kindness toward other people. For me, that practice of the heart of kindness, we wish other people well, whether they're our loved ones or our friends or our enemies, whatever. Every being in the world you're trying to wish well. And I actually do that kindness practice toward certain individuals in politics.
Yeah. Well, I think this is the next step. Forgive me.